A while back I've started a series where I feature full physical collections of my favorite gaming franchises. I've started with the Assassin's Creed collection and I've enjoyed that one so much that I wanted to do more. Then I've made the complete God of War series and I even featured the funny little bonus. And while I am working on showing you every physical Sony handheld consoles that were ever released, today I want to continue with another Sony exclusive, one of my all-time favorite franchises, the Uncharted series. Uncharted has been around for a while now, and even though Naughty Dog said that the story is basically over, I'm a bit skeptical in believing this. But while we are waiting for a word in this sense, let's start off with the first game in the franchise, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Released in November 2007, the game introduced us to the charismatic Nathan Drake, who is on the search for the lost treasure of El Dorado. Released on the PS3, this game was amazingly received by fans as it features stunning visuals, great gameplay, and a very likable character. Having those graphics on the PS3 was a pretty big breakthrough at the time. This really was an iconic game and the start of one of the biggest IPs in the Sony exclusives, but not only. October 2009 marks the date of releasing the second installment in the series with the Uncharted 2 Among the Thieves, where we follow Nathan in his journey to Shambhala. The second game has seen important improvements in motion captures and cinematics, so it was bound to be a success as well. Keeping the 2-year cycle, the third game in the franchise was released in November 2011. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception tells us the story of Nathan Drake to the lost city of Irem of the Pillars. The third game is considered by most, myself included, to be the best game in the series. Stunning graphics, especially for an aging console like the PS3, amazing story, different scenery, better mockups, and overall sound. This really was a great way to close the franchise on the console where it all started. But just a month later, in December 2011, we got one of the best games on the PS Vita. I know it may not be for everyone, but for me it sure was. Sure, the graphics are a big step down from what we got on the PS3, but the PS Vita was a much less powerful console. But even so, we got a full Uncharted game on a portable device, with a story that's in line with the main games. I have to be honest, I didn't expect the game to be this long and to take advantage of the main functionalities of the PS Vita, like the touchscreen, back touchpad, or light sensors. If only more games were like this on the PS Vita. In October 2015, 2 years after the PS4 came out, we were finally able to replay all of these games on the latest generation console with the remaster of all the 3 main titles in the series. I have over here all 3 games on a single disc, but these were also released separately for those who were interested. The PS4 having no backwards compatibility meant that this was the only way to play the games on the latest console. A few months later, in May 2016, we got the first true release of the game on the PS4. Uncharted 4 A Thief's End was a visual masterpiece. It showed what the PS4 was truly capable of with stunning graphics, but the game did not stop at visuals. It introduced us to important new characters, completed the story perfectly, and gave us a great ending for Nathan Drake. If the story will continue after this game, we'll just have to wait and see. However, the story of Uncharted did not end here yet. 1 year later, August 2017, we got a spin-off that did not have Nathan Drake as a protagonist, but rather followed the story of Chloe Fraser, a character that was introduced in Uncharted 2. This was initially supposed to be a DLC for Uncharted 4, but it expanded so much that the guys from Naughty Dog decided to release this separately as a shorter game for a lower price. The graphics were on par with the latest game, and even though we had to play as a different character, the game did not disappoint at any means. This could and should be an indication that even though we love Nathan Drake, he got the closure he deserved, and the Uncharted series can continue with a new protagonist. And I do have a specific character in mind that could take the mantle. The story does end here, but the physical collection doesn't. We have one final disc to show you, and that's Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, released on the PS5. This includes the remaster of the Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. And if you do already own one of the original games, you can buy the upgrade digitally for around $10. And even though I already did that, the physical disc had to be part of my collection. Oh, and for those of you who will complain about removing the seal on this game, it bothered me way more that the disc was loose inside. So that's it for the full Uncharted physical collection. What do you think? Will we see a new game in the series at some point? And if yes, who would be your pick for the main character in that game? And before you go, make sure to check my Assassin's Creed and God of War physical collections right over here. This is the Tech Unravel, and I'll see you in the next video.